Greetings and welcome, and thank you for your interest in joining us for the next Peaceful Warrior Workshop. I named this Peaceful Warrior Workshop because I felt inspired by the movie Peaceful Warrior and the importance of living in the present moment, not being stuck in the past, not being too far into the future, but allowing yourself to truly be in that present moment. This is really where we have most power. In this workshop, we will go through several different practices that will basically help you in everyday circumstances to come out of feeling funky or just basic misalignment with being in the present moment and being in this space of, I know who I am, I love where I am, and I'm looking forward to discovering what's next. And I don't mean to encourage you to, bypass how you feel. On the contrary, in fact, in this workshop, we will do the practices that will assist you, that will help you with identifying these hidden emotions that you might have forgotten about. And at this point, they may be lingering and sabotaging your current behaviors, where you're trying to take action that will help you change your current circumstances. So if you have some sort of a baggage that's left behind and it hasn't been resolved, hasn't been felt, has been just pushed, repressed, and suppressed, these baggages basically will keep coming up and trigger us into responding. So basically what your soul is asking you to do is to feel these emotions within your body, within your psyche, and release them, let them go, okay? So on the first day, we will focus primarily on knowing yourself and understanding who you are, where the mental blockages, emotional blockages may exist within you that have then also created the physical blockages. Using this E-map, this energy map, to help you identify and help you figure out how to move past these blockages, these limiting beliefs, these ideas that have been holding you back for perhaps decades. On the second day, once we have discovered who you are and why you are here, what you're here to do, we will focus more onto how you can align yourself with the desires of your soul and to start incorporating these practices that have been helpful and this new state of being into your life as you go. So learning to know who you truly are, realizing that you are already connected with the source, with love, you're part of that all the time anyway, and learning how to incorporate this knowledge, this state of being into your everyday life. The integration part is what is obviously why we are here. We are here to experience life, to process and learn, to have fun. And as we integrate this knowledge, this new state of being, we begin to truly actually experience what we came here to experience, life as it is. Not trying to just be all positive, not trying to just give away to the negative, but find that balance where you are allowing yourself to be authentic at all times. Feel the positive, feel the negative, allow it all to be what it is. And in this new state of being, you will find who you truly are, if you're open. And then throughout both days, we will go over practices such as Qigong, such as meditation, breath work, learning to feel the energy of your physical, astral, and mental body, and then get a brief introduction into what it feels like to be in a state of wholeness, connected with the nature of life. And then from this wholeness connection, rediscovering your gifts and talents and your ability to not only self-heal, but help others, help and reconnect to the source as well. And another thing that we want to make sure that you get out of this workshop is to help you develop your own daily routines that will, again, assist with harmonizing your whole being. Personally, I found it to be super helpful to have a morning routine that starts with some sort of a focus practice, whether it's a meditation, whether it's a breath work, whether it's just being with yourself and not necessarily calling it anything really. And then some sort of a movement, meditative practice, so thoughtfulness, mindfulness, and some sort of a practice where you can feel, okay? Feel where you are, feel what you're feeling in your physical body, in your emotions, your thoughts, whatever it is that helps you realign your energies, to balance out your energies, to feel this harmony within again. Morning and evening is especially important. And when you join us for this workshop, you will also receive an online version of this workshop with all the videos, practices, and meditations, breathwork practice, etc., as well as the examples of morning and evening routines that you can tailor for yourself. Obviously, each of us has a different amount of time available for such thing, and I understand, you know, some of us are really busy, some of us are a little less busy, and so whatever it is that obviously you can make work in your day, but again, the most important person in your life is you. And I know that it is important for us to obviously spend time with our children, spend time with our parents and siblings and friends and co-workers and whoever else. But if you are not on par, if you are not in a balanced, harmonized state, everybody around you will feel that. And longer you sustain that, harder it gets, okay? So making this time for yourself a priority is super important. So whenever you feel out of sorts, whenever you feel that you're not aligned, whenever you feel that something's just off, you have these tools that help you harmonize, to come back to your essence of your being. And in that feeling of connection is where we find peace, where we find freedom, when we find wholeness, where we feel complete and in love with life. So if this resonates with you, click that button below, join us for the next workshop, and we'll look forward to seeing you there.